Good afternoon, dear teacher. I heard you are well. Today, my classmate and I are going to discuss a specific educational issue and the theory behind it. So, we are explaining the theories analysis report. Our group consists of Ana Milena, Natalia, Camila, Nicole, and myself. The topic we have chosen is students' anxiety and lack of the confidence when speaking English. Okay, from hesitation to confidence, speaking English in online class. Our group chosen this topic because it is a common situation in many English class. Students often fear making mistake, being judged, or feeling embarrassed when speaking a foreign language. This fear can limit their participation and affect their learning process. This problem often arises in virtual learning environment where students may feel more exposed when speaking or less connected to the other. As a result, they may initially say, hesitant or feel insecure about participation orally. However, in the observation session or composition, the situation was addressed in a positive. Ay, güey madre.
Ahora
Now, my classmate Natalia, she explained the theory.
Now I'm going to explain the main theories relate our problem. Behaviorings. First, behaviorings by B.F. Skinner explained that learning happens through repetitions, imitations, and positive reinforcement. These help students gain confidence when they practice speaking. Fractions. Second, fractions monitor model explain that students learning better when they feel relaxed and understand the language. When excited is low, students are more willing to participate. Sociocultural. Finally, sociocultural theory by Vygotsky say the learning happens through interactions with others. The teacher support students and help them improve step by step. These theories help understand how to support students and improve the confidence when speak English. The theoretical framework explain why students feel nervous when speak English. Behaviorings shows the practice help students feel more confidence. Russians monitor model explain that students learn better in a relaxed environment. Sociocultural theories shows that interactions and support are important.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the improvisation that we observed during phase number 2, that was class number 3 in English level A2. The context that we observed in these sessions was A2 level virtual class, that the topic was an oral compositions where the students have to create simple compositions, but also a complete expression during the session. Based in previous sessions that they take before with the teacher, they learned something like verb to be, ing, and also will. All grammatic that help them to create expressions and sentences in these sessions that we observed. The teacher have to focus on speaking productions, but not only in speaking. They observe when the students write on the chat and feel confidence with the video that he played in this session that was Resident Evil, that was it was about zombies, like a video game. So what happened during the sessions? A few students at the beginning feel a little nervous because it's so common in sessions when there are a lot people that can listen to you. Maybe you feel a little insecure. So some students prefer to write in the chat, but the teacher encourage the participation because the teacher has a great role in these sessions to help the students to feel more confidence. The teacher was so gentle. When for example, students wants to create a sentences, the teacher helps to complete the sentences, and also they produce an oral and writing response that feel the sessions more the participation in the session more gradually increase. Okay, let's get started with the theories in actions. Like my classmate Natalia said before, the theories in action in these sessions, we can see the behavior when the teacher gave the positive feedback, because when someone also when you are in front to the other people, when you receive the feedback, the environment feels so secure that help the students to feel more motivated and increase the participation. So the teacher correct them in a way gentle that helps to create a good environment. The next theory in action was creation monitor model. Well, in this part, we can observe that the teacher create relaxed environment that helps to reduce, maybe if one of the students feel a little feel anxious, that helps the students to feel more secure. So that help them to speak, not even on the chat, also they speak with other classmates. So we notice that emotions the emotions are so important to learn a new language. So when you understand everything that the teacher or the sessions try to teach you, you can do the activity that teacher proposed you. So finally, the social cultural theory, the teacher guided the students and supported their ideas in a best way to help them, or maybe develop a language through with interaction, a positive interaction to create a simple composition and pass step by step to complete a sentences like a paragraph, for example, about the situations that they observed in the Resident Evil video. Well, now we're going to continue with the main problems with my classmate Camila.
The main problem is the initial hesitation to speak in English and student lack of confidence. All the teachers use dynamic activities as against restriction and images. Many students feel insecure about participation, especially at the vision for fears of making following. Not all students participating for the dictionary at first. Only a few dare to speak, while others remain silent or the chat. However, participation increased over time as they more confidence. Following, instruction limits the student oral practice and reduces their opportunities to improve. Furthermore, it adds their confidence in speaking English. It is forced to keep in mind that speaking is as fourth language that the main concept are the fears making mistakes and the student without confidence. Furthermore, high are limited to level and are more exposed to Spanish than in English. Therefore, more opportunities to practice and language. According to Stephen Scratch, when today high student participation decreased from a prospective student needs positives performance to gain confidence and skills.
Conclusions. From this activity, we learned that the theory is not only ideas. We can see the theories in class. So we also learned that the teacher attitude is very important because the teacher helps the students to feel more comfortable. So when the students feel good, they have the opportunity to learn better in the virtual sessions because, like I say before, the teacher helped them to feel more confidence. Like a reflections, we learned that it's important to create a safe environment for students. So the teacher should encourage participation, reduce fear, create give the students emotional support. So when the students feel safe, they want to participate more, in speaking or chat. So when it's important that students believe in themselves because when they feel confidence, that helps them to learn English. Learning English is not only about knowledge, but also is about confidence and practice and feeling supported. So, like teachers, we want to create a support environment for our students that they feel secure and motivated to learn English.
Now we're going to start with the step number 5, the phase 3, individual response. So we have 3 questions that we have to answer about the educational problem that we choose and explain like before. So the first question is, what innovative English learning activity would you propose to address the problem? Well, I think that I will propose an activity like name or like we called my English diary. And consists in this activity, the students have to record short videos on Instagram, TikTok, or private platforms to express in 20 or 30 seconds about the daily routine, thoughts, and experience, and that's helped them to get to improve their speaking and build the confidence. So the next question is, what digital tools or resource would you use for this activity? Okay, like I said before, platforms like Instagram, also TikTok or Facebook help them to see the progress on to receive the feedback. For example, I create this activity for me, and when I posted my videos, I received the feedback from my friends, like he's an English teacher, and that's helped me to feel more near to the real communication, to the real life. Now the next question is, how could you assess the impact of this activity on language learning? Well, I will the assess to create for this activity is the to focus on the progress of students. I mean, if the students posted the video, we can see they we can see the speaking, but in the way positive. So we're going to focus in their participations, and we create a positive feedback uh, that help them to create a confidence, and that help them to get better in the process to speaking. Well, now my classmate is going to respond these questions. Okay, my classmate Camila is going to answer these questions. So, Camila, what innovate English learning activity would you propose to address the problem?
The proposal is to create a free-form activity in the which students can design their own characters and destroy body parts and physical characters using English vocabulary. They then record audio or plays again about their characters. This is dynamics and creates activity that encourage participation and language.
Okay, excellent. So the next question, what digital tools or research would you use for this activity?
Okay, for this activity, I can use tools like Canva to creating generally work goals for interactive games and vocabulary to practice pronunciation. I also propose a class team to share yours ideas and questions.
The next question, how would you assess the impact of this activity on language learning?
Okay, by observing student participation, their ability to describe, correlating in English, and their pronunciation, I would also consider the results of the interactive activities and compare the beginnings and the process and additions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Camila. Now my classmate Natalia is going to answer the question. So the first question is, what innovative English learning activity would you propose to address the problem?
I would use a role play activity with real life situations to help students speak more confidently.
Excellent. So what digital tools or resources would you use for this activity?
I will use Canva or Flip so students can record and share their work.
Okay, now finally, how would you assess the impact of this activity on language learning?
I will evaluate participations and confidence when speaking.
Okay, thank you so much, Natalia. Now our classmate Carlos is going to answer this question. And
What innovative English learning activity would you suggest to address these issues? I would suggest some fun activities where the student can reinforce their knowledge, specifically role-playing activities that require them to communicative with one another. And the idea is to immerse them in a bilingual environment so they can develop cognitive skills. And what digital tools or resources would you use for this activity? I would use digital tools such as Genially, Canva, or EducaPlay as the idea platform for this type of activity. How would you assess the impact of this activity on the language learning? I would assess is with an oral exam and to verify whether there was actually an improvement in skills such as listening, speaking, fluency, and the vocabulary.